Today, I'm going to have a conversation, of course, which I will post some of here, about the paradigms of health. So, the question I want to ask you today is what do you think that good health is? Um, if you think that it's a lack of disease, whew, because to me, that is the difference between existing and being alive. Merely existing means that your systems are basically functioning. Being alive means that if they're not operating optimally, you are addressing and have plans to up your production in every single facet of your life. This figures in exactly with the name of my channel. I'm Rebecca Windsor, and this is the body of truth. And I do feel that the more truth that you can bodily live in, and then spiritually, mentally, you know, emotionally live in, the more you can tell the truth all the way through with the actions of your life. And I've offered before, obviously, your body comes into big play with this, but your health, your mental health is part of your health. Your health entails your intellectual state of mind, your spiritual state of being, the caliber and nature of your relationships, and your ability to connect to that thing that's bigger than you. And I don't just mean God. I actually mean the luminosity of yourself, of the location and the dispersion of the gift you were brought here to bring out to the world. And the clear focus of releasing that gift only comes through when all the areas of health are being addressed. Now, let's bring it back to the body, because obviously that's the most tangible, the easiest one to pinpoint, define. And there are so many different ways to go about this. First of all, let's talk about inhabiting your body. You can be a gym rat and not inhabit your body. Okay, so that's the first thing. True inhabiting your body from head to toe, feeling all the undulations of how your feelings change, of how, like those are physical sensations. And until you connect all the way through your physical body, as well as, how I feel about exerting your body to the max to break through limitations, it's got to be a combination of both. The breakthrough will provide you a place to put a new neural pathway in place, but the circulation of that energy will allow your old trauma to be healed and unstuck and at least start to move within your body and circulate, hopefully gaining looseness so that it can be ejected at some point and healed to a certain extent. It never leaves completely, but we can heal it instead of suppress it. And again, that's just the mind body connection. So that's one part of it. Intellectually, are you stimulating yourself? Are you reaching out for ideas that are other than what you know? Are you seeking? Are you enjoying learning, even if it's something that is related to your career or isn't? What's your passion about learning? What are you driven to learn more about? The more you use your mind, the healthier your mind remains. And obviously, emotional health is something that I dig a lot into here. That unless you do the necessary shadow work and you invite all the selves of yourself to the table with compassion and love, you will never be the center of focus again. You will never be able to bring that idea through to the earth because you don't truly love or believe in the gifts that you were given yourself. If you want someone else to love you, you have to love you. That's one of my favorite quotes from RuPaul. If you don't love yourself, how the hell anybody else gonna love you? Right? And that's so true. And that's also true as far as the purpose that you were brought here in this time, in this body, at this moment. And then the and the other part for me, that is part of what I really focus on, is your relationship with your source power, God. How all of those things and your purpose, that the gifts you were given in this lifetime, in this body, in this moment, all weave together when you're able to have that larger conversation with an energy that's slightly bigger than your own. And the flip side, the counterpart to this, not the flip side, the counterpart and addition and enhancement to this is the part that the person I'm going to speak to is an absolute expert, and I would say probably foremost in education in this field of new cell reparative energy through both modern technology and modern techniques, so that he's helping you attack all of those areas of shortness, where your health falls below optimal, in a way that can start from a body ailment, right? So, COVID, either the vaccine or your post effects from COVID, can be a starting point of the invitation to start to do a lot of this work. I know myself, I was severely depleted, mostly mentally, from my post-COVID syndrome that lasted. And it's trailing away now. I do a lot with supplementation to help the strength of my cells regeneration. And part of that is looking inside to attach your inner story and the work that you do internally, and you're bringing that energy up and through, and nothing's getting stuck. So that is kind of like the highlights of the conversation that I'm going to have. But also, I want you to review today internally, where are you with your health? Obviously, markers like blood pressure, physical fitness, like those all come into play. But what I'm asking you is the other elements of your health. Are they things that you have even looked at or entertained before? Or do you think, oh, emotional stuff, that's emotional stuff? Absolutely not. If you don't think that stuff has an influence on the physical state of your health, that is crazy. That is just not true. There's so much anecdotal evidence of our emotions either healing us or hurting us. So we have a lot more power that we know of, but unfortunately, if you suppress that power, it can go malignant. I certainly personally had that experience myself. So I invite that investigation today. I'm really excited to have this conversation. I will definitely post parts of it as it evolves. It's going to be part of an ongoing series, and really, bridging the whole rainbow of health and all the parts that entails. And thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.